Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving into something pretty profound. We have two themes that, on the surface, seem really distinct.
Very distinct.
First, a foundational concept in, well, human ethics, the Five Precepts. And then we have one of the most astonishing stories of karma literally manifesting in stone. The creation of Thailand's pig temple.
Right, and the sources you provided offer really a masterclass in how these spiritual laws are defined and applied. Our core concept here is Sīla.
Sīla.
We'll explore its meaning as pokati or normalcy, and then, we'll get into the remarkable history of Wat Asorasawan, a Bangkok temple whose origins are rooted in this deep karmic reckoning.
So our mission today is to understand why keeping these precepts is considered, the ultimate expression of human dignity, and then explore how the consequences of violating them led to the bizarre and wonderful creation of this temple.
Let's start right there, with Sīla and pokati. Because when we talk about Sīla, we're not talking about something extraordinary. The source is very clear on this.
It's not about being a saint.
No, not at all. It's the baseline condition for being a complete human. It's what makes us distinct from, say, animals, or satyrogen, as the text puts it.
I found the analogies in the source material so helpful here. It says a house needs pillars, saruyan, to stand. Sīla is what holds a person up. Without it, you collapse.
Precisely. Or think about it this way. The normalcy of the rainy season is rain. A drought is abnormal. The normalcy of a horse is to stand. If it's lying down all the time, it's sick.
Okay, I see.
Sīla is the normal, healthy state for a human.
And what's interesting is how the sources contrast it with Dāna, or giving. They say keeping Sīla is actually harder. Why is that?
Well, because Dāna is an external act. You make a donation, you give something, and the act is complete. It's relatively easy.
Right.
But Sīla is an internal discipline. It's constant. It's a defense mechanism, a thumpong can for the mind. You have to be mindful of it 24/7.
So this normalcy, this pokati, it governs three specific areas of our lives.
Yes. 3 areas that define the human standard. First is body normalcy, or kaya pokati.
Which means?
It means not behaving badly, not being an anthophan or a troublemaker. It's about acting with good manners, with murayat, with a kind of gentleness in the world.
Okay. And the second is speech normalcy. This one feels especially challenging today.
It really is. Wajah pokati. It means abstaining from 4 types of harmful speech. Lies, coarse language, slander, sorsiat, and this is a big one, aimless chatter or gossip for character.
So it's not just about not lying. It's about the quality of everything you say.
The goal is to speak truthfully, but also sweetly phiro, constructively.
And then the third, and probably the hardest, mind normalcy, jitjak pokati.
Correct. This is all internal. No ill will, no fayabat. Not thinking badly of others, and crucially, avoiding mikathifi, or wrong view. It's about focusing on positive thoughts, on repaying gratitude, on forgiveness.
And these 3 states are all bundled into the practical application, which is the 5 precepts.
The Panca Sīla, exactly. The foundation. Number 1, no killing.
2, no stealing.
3, no sexual misconduct. 4, no lying. And 5, and this is a big one, no intoxicants that lead to heedlessness.
Okay, now this is where the sources pivot to an idea that I found really radical. This idea that keeping Sīla is the ultimate act of generosity.
Yes. Mahā Dāna, great giving.
How does that work? How is not doing something the greatest form of giving?
Because by keeping all 5, you are giving the gift of safety, me. You're ensuring that no one and nothing has anything to fear from you.
That's a powerful way to frame it. So Sīla 1, no killing.
You're giving the gift of life, the highest gift you can give to all living things.
And Sīla 2, no stealing.
You give security to everyone's property, to their livelihood. You create stability.
Sīla 3, no sexual misconduct.
You give security and happiness to the family unit, to spouses, to children. You uphold that institution.
And no lying gives truth and comfort. It removes suspicion.
It does. But that 5th precept, abstaining from intoxicants, is the real key to this great giving.
Why that one specifically?
Because a person who lacks mindfulness, who is premat, they can commit all the other 4 evils without a second thought. So by staying mindful, you are giving universal safety. You are a source of security for everyone.
And the sources say there are direct rewards for this, right? The Mahā song.
5 great benefits laid out in the Mahā Parinibbāna Sutta. First, you acquire great wealth through diligence.
So a material benefit.
A material one, yes. Second, you get a good widespread reputation. Third, you can enter any assembly with confidence without shyness.
That makes sense. You have nothing to hide.
Exactly. Fourth, you die peacefully with mindfulness. And fifth, you are reborn in the heavenly realms, the Sugati Loka Sawan.
The texts even have this story to illustrate the raw power of Sīla, the one about the farmer and the python.
Yes, it's a perfect example. This man, he lives near the mountains. He keeps his Sīla very strictly. He's out looking for his cow.
And a giant python attacks him.
Wraps itself around him completely, ready to crush him. The man has a knife. He could easily fight back, kill the snake, save himself.
But he doesn't.
He stops. And he thinks, if I use this knife, I break my precept. I'll break my Sīla.
So he makes a choice.
A conscious choice. He says, I would rather die. And he throws the knife away.
And then what happens?
The power of his pure Sīla, of that commitment, it creates this intense heat. The source says the inside of the python became hot like fire.
Wow.
And the snake is forced to uncoil and just flees. His Sīla protected him better than a weapon ever could.
It's a reminder that just knowing the theory isn't enough.
Not at all. The source draws this sharp contrast, The scholar who knows all the Dharma theory can quote everything, but still drinks alcohol.
Violating that crucial fifth precept.
Right. They can't reach Nibbāna. It's a case of knowledge overflows the head but cannot save the self. The Sīla is what leads to Nibbāna Salena Nibbūti Yanti.
So that's the theoretical foundation.
Yeah.
Now, let's shift to where it gets really interesting. We go from the theory to a dramatic, real-world case study of karma and redemption in 19th century Thailand.
The story of Gyo and the creation of Wat Asarasawan.
So who is Gyo?
He was a Chinese immigrant, active around the late Ayutthaya, early Ratanakosin period, maybe King Rama II's reign. And his profession was pig farming. He ran a slaughterhouse.
A profession built on breaking that first precept day in and day out.
Exactly. He sold the meat by boat along the canals, Klong Fazi Charoin, Klong Bang Luang. And as he got older, the weight of this karma just started to crush him.
He was terrified of the consequence.
Deeply. He feared being reborn as a pig to be slaughtered over and over in payment for the countless lives he'd taken.
So he sought a way out. He went to a monk for advice.
A revered monk at Wat Intaram, who told him that the greatest merit, the greatest boon kusul he could possibly make was to build a temple.
A powerful counterweight.
The most powerful. So Gyo decided to use everything. His entire property, the very land where his slaughterhouse stood, and most of his wealth, all of which came from the pigs. He used it to found a temple.
And this is where the karma literally shows up.
In the most unbelievable way, they hold a casting ceremony for the main Buddha image, a Maravijaya Buddha. They do everything right, but when they open the mold,
The face.
the frafak,
The face of the Buddha image.
yeah,
It wasn't beautiful or serene. It looked like a pig.
that is just incredible.
Everyone at the time saw it as heaven and earth speaking out. A clear sign that the money used to create this sacred object was tainted. It was exchanged for the lifeblood of all those animals.
The karma was baked right into the bronze. So what do? They couldn't just leave it like that?
No, they had to perform a huge correction ceremony. They prayed to all 28 Buddhas from the very first one, Tenhanakara, to the present Gautama Buddha. They made a massive spiritual appeal.
And they cast a second one?
And the second casting was successful. That image is the one that now resides at the front of the 28 Buddha statues in the main chapel, the Ubosat.
But the temple got its nickname from that first attempt, Wat Mu, the pig temple. It did. The official name came later. King Rama III restored the temple, and one of his royal consorts, Chausham Noi Saranagong, was very involved. She was said to be as beautiful as an apsorn, a celestial being from heaven.
Asoan Masawan.
Exactly. So the king renamed the temple Wat Asarasawan in her honor, a name linked to celestial beauty, effectively scrubbing the pig from the official record.
But the story doesn't quite end there. There's this strange, haunting epilogue.
Yes, the geography is key. The area that used to be Jiao's actual pig farm and slaughterhouse, that piece of land later became the temple's graveyard, the Pa Cha. And the sources say that before World War II, people living nearby constantly heard noises, the painful, drawn-out squealing of hundreds, even thousands of pigs.
The sounds from the slaughterhouse were still echoing.
Still there. That, and reports of ghosts appearing, drove people away. Nobody could live there peacefully. It was as if the karmic residue was still active on that land.
When did it finally stop?
The noises only stopped when the bad karma was considered, exhausted. And when they stopped interring new bodies there. It's a chilling reminder that you can't just pave over these things. The debt has to be paid.
And the source notes that today, Wat Asarasawan is often overlooked. It's not as famous as some of its neighbors with celebrity monks, the Kijiasharn.
Which raises an important question, doesn't it? The historical records show that even royalty, King Ramavath, came to honor the Buddha images there. But the ultimate lesson, from both the Sīla teachings and the temple story, seems clear.
That true protection doesn't come from an amulet or a guru.
It comes from internal merit, the kind of protection the farmer had from the python. It comes from maintaining your Sīla 5, your pokati. That's the real path to peace.
So we've navigated this profound spiritual framework of what it means to be a normal human, and we've seen the extraordinary consequences of a butcher's journey for redemption.
It really shows how Sīla is seen as the mother of all good virtues, leading step by step from just simple tranquility to wisdom and ultimately to liberation.
So here's a final thought for you. The wealth that founded that temple came from slaughter, and the karma showed up as a pig's face on a sacred statue. If that accumulation of wealth, no matter how great, couldn't mask its origin, what subtle ways might our own daily actions, in business, in conversation, in our private thoughts be manifesting consequences that we just haven't seen yet? Think about the great giving, the great safety you can offer the world today just by upholding your own pakati.